earlier in the conference, the challenges around rules, regulation, protocols that we have to be entered into by member states to have the various power pools, become operational and effective in delivering, low-cost energy to the region will also be part of what we should be doing in preparation for actual, operationalization of CFTA. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor. You spoke a lot about governance and about having the right structures for infrastructure, especially transboundary infrastructure. But let me get back to the issue of the AfCFTA, which is quite a mouthful, but African Continental Free Trade Area, I think, is much easier for me. And let me turn to you, Trudy. I mean,
across the continent. Question is, what has to happen now? As the Honourable Minister has reminded us, we have at this stage 12 ratifications. We need 22 for the agreement to enter into force. Keep in mind that this is phase 1 of the agreement, which covers trade in goods and trade in services. There will, of course, be a second phase, which we start negotiating next year. It will have its own set of rules to enter into force. But there is a problem, ladies and gentlemen, that we are still busy with negotiations. And at this stage, there are meetings currently involved in the implementation to build their capacity now to start developing the documentation, the certification that will be necessary for goods to be able to cross the border once the agreement enters into force and we have all the requisite substantive issues. This is a new set of circumstances for African integration. Usually, we negotiate an agreement, we sign. There are no legal implications from signature, ladies and gentlemen, but it's a symbol of commitment, of intent to follow through.
This is important because everyone has been asking that question. So it's important for us to provide some kind of explanation why. And we need to remember that Nigeria has always led Africa in the area of trying to build regional integration. It's important to remember that. So is Nigeria having a cold feet now? So we need to look at that and see what has happened. Nigeria led the creation of ECOWAS in 1975 and has consistently led that regional integration scheme since then. The first continental one, which is called Lagos Plan of Action, was done in 1980, and it wasn't why Nigeria, but each country decided on the basis of what it saw as its own gain and cost. And therefore, we just, inside the ECOWAS, we just have to go the best way we can, given that those were voluntary decisions made by different countries. In the case of African Continental Free Trade Area, Nigeria has participated actively in the discussions, in the debates and stuff like that. What was signed in this beautiful city, March, is what we would like to see as a framework agreement. Because as Trudy says, the real negotiations have not taken place. What we have now is a framework agreement that simply describes in broad terms what the